Hello, welcome back to Zap Diabetes. Kristen Steps here again. Today I'm hoping to make this really quick. I wanted to touch base with everybody, let them know about me and my type 1 diabetes history, and also why I'm here on YouTube. So first things first, I have had diabetes now for roughly 34 years. I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 2, almost 3. It was 1983. So Ronald Reagan was president. And I remember having to use that big, huge glucometer. I think it was Miles that made it. And it was huge. Maybe it wasn't as huge because I was a kid, but it seemed huge, like a big brick. And you'd have to blot the strip. And then you put it in, and it would read your blood sugar. Then I also remember using pork insulins. They didn't really have synthetic at the time, from what I remember. And then eventually, as I got older, switched to a synthetic insulin. I remember going to diabetes summer camp, somewhere between ages 7 and 10, maybe. And I remember. And when I went, I remember first being exposed to the quote-unquote one-touch meters. I don't believe one touch was the only one, but I remember LifeScan having one of the first ones, and you'd put your blood on it, and you just have to do that one touch instead of doing all the blotting and everything like that. And that was like a really huge deal back then. It was like, wow, this is so much easier. It's going to save me so much time. Nowadays, you look at it, it may not have been that much time, but it seemed like a huge development. Back then. I also remember going to school and having like a coffee can left at the nurse's office, and it was like, what was in there? It was like stuff for your diabetes. So it was like, in case you got low, there's some lifesavers and some little cans of warm orange juice. You'd have to like peel off the top. It was pretty terrible, but if you got low, you needed it. And you always went down to the nurse's office, and everybody knew, oh, there's that poor diabetic again going to the nurse's office. So give me a comment down below if you relate to that growing up, because I don't know there's any good about it. And I remember going to see my kids at school, pick them up sick or something, and there's always some diabetic in there getting like checked out by the nurse, and I kind of felt terrible for them. It's still going on today. As I got into high school, I remember being made fun of more and more. I mean, I was made fun of before for being diabetic, but like in high school, you start getting made fun of more, you know. I'm sure everybody's had that experience, being made fun of a diabetic. And then when I went to college, it stops being as much of an issue. And I remember getting my first insulin pump in 2001, and most of the time I've been on an insulin pump, it's Medtronic. I think there was 6 months I was on a Deezatronic pump, and I haven't really switched since then. I know there's a lot of good pumps out there. Let me know down below what kind of pump you use. So as far as YouTube goes, and why I went this route recently here, is that when I was in high school, I worked on a cable TV station, our local station here, and I would videotape sporting events and like the high school football games, stuff like that, do some local newscasts, and we would edit the video. And this is back with like editing old school like VHS type tapes, and we had like 2 VHS recorders and a some sort of device that would let us edit the video. So it was like really primitive editing to me, and back then it was, state of the art. Now it's so easy. We got a camera on our phone. We could edit on our phone if we want to. We could edit in the computer. There's so many different options out there. But I had a love for video, and then I started designing websites when I was in high school as well, and I remember wanting to do that. So I went to college, and I'm like, I love video, I love creating websites, I love doing all these things, and like they're like, oh, you need to go to the art department. Well, I went to the art department, and I was like hand drawing fonts and things like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And some of that I really enjoyed, but I wasn't developing websites, I wasn't editing videos, I wasn't doing exactly what I wanted to. I ended up getting an English degree, and went back to school after that to do some more media type stuff like application design, phone apps, things like that. And I had to focus on diabetes. and how to bring, you know, new technology to diabetes. This is probably, you know, 7-8 years ago now, and so it was a good time for that. Well, at the time, started having a family, so I have a daughter now who is 8 and the son who's 6. So at the time, you know, you're dealing with some babies. It's really hard. And I did get really good grades. You know, somewhere close to 4.0. But I could, you know, even though I did that, I didn't feel I was getting enough out of it. So I was kind of set back a bit. So now I've been going through separation. And you start thinking, hey, I want to do those things, you know, I've always wanted to do. And so I wanted to go make videos. Next thing is, well, I've always wanted to bring together technology and diabetes, and so I thought I would marry video and diabetes. And so that's the idea of the start of this channel. It's a complete passion project. It's something I really wanted to do, and so I'm just now getting started. My editing will get better, my videos will get better, so keep watching and you'll see better and better as I go. I can promise you that. So if you like this video, or if you relate to it, or you have something to say, leave a comment, smash that like button, and hit subscribe. And I will be back on Thursday with another video as far as the 670G. So I look forward to that, and we'll see you next time.